The 1,000 injuries of Fortunato I had borne as I best could, but when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length I would be avenged. This was a point definitely settled, but the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong is unredressed when retribution overtakes its redresser. It is equally unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to him who has done the wrong. It must be understood that neither by word nor deed had I given Fortunato cause to doubt my goodwill. I continued, as was my wont, to smile in his face, and he did not perceive that my smile now was at the thought of his immolation. He had a weak point, this Fortunato. Although in other regards he was a man to be respected and even feared, he prided himself on his connoisseurship in wine. Few Italians have the true virtuoso spirit. For the most part, their enthusiasm is adopted to suit the time and opportunity, to practice imposture upon the British and Austrian millionaires. In painting and gemmery, Fortunato, like his countrymen, was a quack, but in the matter of old wines he was sincere. In this respect I did not differ from him materially. I was skillful in the Italian vintages myself, and bought largely whenever I could. It was about dusk, one evening during the supreme madness of the carnival season, that I encountered my friend. He accosted me with excessive warmth, for he had been drinking much. The man wore motley. He had on a potty-striped dress, and his head was surmounted by the conical cap and bells. I was so pleased to see him that I thought I should never have done wringing his hand. I said to him,
"My dear Fortunato, you are luckily met. How well you are looking today. But I have received a pipe of what passes for Amontillado, and I have my doubts."
How? Amontillado? A pipe? And in the middle of a carnival?
"I have my doubts, and I was silly enough to pay the full Amontillado price without consulting you in the matter. You were not to be found, and I was fearful of losing a bargain.
Amontillado?
I have my doubts,
Amontillado.
and I must satisfy them.
Amontillado?
As you are engaged, I am on my way to Lucrezi. If anyone has a critical turn, it is he. He will tell me.
Lucrezi cannot tell Amontillado from sherry.
And yet some fools will have it that his taste is a match for your own.
Come, let us go.
Where?
To your vaults.
Thus speaking, Fortunato possessed himself of my arm. I suffered him to hurry me to my palazzo. There were no attendants at home. They had absconded to make merry in honor of the time. I had told them that I should not return until the morning, and had given them explicit orders not to stir from the house. These orders were sufficient, I well knew, to ensure their immediate disappearance, one and all, as soon as my back was turned. I lit a lantern and bade Fortunato down a long and winding staircase that led into the vault. We came at length to the foot of the descent and stood together upon the damp ground of the catacombs of the Montresors.
It is farther on, but observe the white webwork which gleams from these cavern walls. Niter, how long have you had that cough?
It's as nothing.
Come, we will go back. Your health is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy as once I was. You are a man to be missed. For me, it is no matter. We will go back. You will be ill, and I cannot be responsible. Besides, there is Lucrece.
Enough. The cough's a mere nothing. It will not kill me. I shall not die of a cough.
Okay. True, and indeed I had no intention of alarming you unnecessarily, but you should use all proper precaution. A draught of this Medoc will defend us from the damps. Drink!
Aye, drink to the buried that repose around us.
And I to your long life.
These vaults are extensive.
The Montresos were a great and numerous family.
I forget your arms.
A huge human foot of gold in a green field. The foot crushes a serpent rampant whose fangs are embedded in the heel.
And the motto?
Nemo impune lacessit, which means no one attacks me with impunity.
Ah, good.
The niter, see, it increases. It hangs like moss upon the vaults. We are below the river's bed. The drops of moisture trickle among the bones. Come, we will go back ere it is too late. Your cough.
It is nothing. Let us go on. But first another draught of that Medoc. You do not comprehend?
Not I.
Then you are not of the Brotherhood.
How?
You are not of the Masons.
Yes, a mason, yes.
You? Impossible.
A mason.
A sign.
It is this.
You jest, but let us proceed to the Amontillado.
I said, replacing the
so.
tool beneath the cloak. We continued our route in search of the Amontillado. We passed through a long passage and arrived at a shallow. It was now midnight and my task was drawing to a close. I had completed the wall, but now there came from out of the niche a low laugh that erected the hairs upon my head. It was succeeded by a sad voice which I had difficulty in recognizing as that of the noble Fortunato. The voice said,
Very good joke, indeed. An excellent jest. We will have a many rich laugh about it all over the palazzo. Over a wine.
The Amontillado!
Oh, yes, the Amontillado. But it is not getting late. Will not they be awaiting us at the palazzo? The Lady Fortunato and the rest. Let us be gone.
Yes, let us be gone.
Tresor, what are you doing? Oh, this is a very good joke. I need more Medoc, please. For the love of God, Tresor! My Tresor, for the love of God!
Yes, for the love of God. Fortunato! Fortunato!
No answer still. I tried to glimpse through the remaining aperture, but could see nothing. There came forth in return only a jingling of the bells. My heart grew sick. It was the dampness of the catacombs that made it so. I hastened to make an end of my labor. I forced the last beam into its position. For the half of a century, no mortal has disturbed the new wall. In pace requiescat!